Let's be honest, everyone has secrets. Some are big, some are small, but all of them are a part of who we are. We tuck them away in the corners of our lives, sometimes for years, sometimes just for a moment. Not spy-level secrets, but the weird, embarrassing habits we keep hidden. The little quirks that make us laugh at ourselves, but that we're not sure anyone else would understand. Like practicing award speeches in the shower, or belting out your favorite song when you think no one's listening, or eating a whole sleeve of cookies and hiding the evidence at the bottom of the trash can. Just me? Thought so. But I bet you have your own version of this too. These aren't bad secrets. They're the blooper reels of our lives. The outtakes, the moments that never make it to Instagram, but are somehow the most real. For a long time, I thought I had to be perfect in a relationship. Like I had to present this flawless version of myself, always put together, never letting the cracks show. The girl with flawless hair, no secret romance novels under the bed, no embarrassing playlists or guilty pleasures. I was cool girlfriend by day, secret weirdo by night. Exhausting. It's like living a double life, always wondering if you'll get caught. But then you meet someone and wonder, what if I showed him the real me? The unfiltered, unedited version, quirks and all. The one who still knows boy band choreography from middle school and isn't afraid to bust it out in the living room. Or the one who once botched her own bangs and had to wear hats for a month, but can laugh about it now. Sharing these things feels like a trust fall. Terrifying, but magical. It's a leap of faith, hoping someone will catch you, quirks and all. It's the ultimate test. Can this person handle my weird? Will they laugh with me or just stare in confusion? Maybe even find it endearing? Maybe my quirks are the very things that make me lovable. Because when you finally spill your silliest secrets and the other person laughs with you, that's when you know you're safe. That's when you know you're seen. You're not just in a relationship, you're home. You found a place where you can be your truest self, and that's everything. And it's a home where you can be your full, cookie-hiding, shower-singing self. That's the real magic. So what's your secret? What's the little thing that makes you you? Maybe it's time to share it. You never know who might love you even more for it. Every great relationship needs a no-judgment giggle zone. It's that magical space where laughter is the language and vulnerability is always welcome. Here, you can let your guard down, knowing you'll be met with warmth, not criticism. It's not a place, but a state of being, an unspoken pact. You can tell me anything, and the worst that'll happen is I'll laugh, maybe snort. It's a promise that your quirks, confessions, and even your silliest fears are safe here. This is where embarrassment transforms into inside jokes, and awkward moments become the stories you'll retell for years. It's the birthplace of those little glances that say, "Remember that time?" It's more important than agreeing on TV shows or chores. It's the foundation, the bedrock that makes everything else easier, softer, and more fun. It starts small. Maybe you admit you're terrified of butterflies, and your partner just grins and says, "Noted, I'll protect you." Or maybe you confess a childhood nickname, and instead of teasing, they adopt it with affection. Each silly confession lays another brick. Every time you share something a little weird, and they respond with a smile or a giggle, trust grows. You realize you're building something real, one laugh at a time. The no-judgment giggle zone is where true intimacy lives. It's where you can be your most unfiltered self and know you're loved for it. It's not about fancy dates. It's about sitting in sweatpants, sharing your most ridiculous stories, and being met with laughter, not pity. It's about the comfort of knowing you don't have to impress each other to have fun. You feel seen for who you really are. There's no need to hide the parts of yourself you think are odd or embarrassing. It's a two-way street. You're a safe harbor for their secrets too. You both get to be the soft place to land after a hard day, or the first person to hear a silly thought. When he admits he cries at the end of Field of Dreams, you just call him a softie and buy tissues. You celebrate each other's sensitivity, not mock it. It's a beautiful exchange. I see your weirdness and raise you mine. You both get to be a little odd, a little goofy, and a lot loved. In that space, your bond gets stronger than you ever thought possible. Laughter becomes the glue that holds you together even when life gets tough. It's a fortress built on giggles, a place where love grows, not in perfection, but in the joy of being perfectly imperfect together. Confession time, I'm a sock thief. Specifically, I steal Mark's socks. They're just better. For months, I'd sneak a pair, convinced he had no idea his collection was shrinking. Every time he'd say, "Didn't I have more socks?" I'd blame the dryer. One night, the guilt got to me. I confessed, "I've been stealing your socks." He just laughed, a deep, can't-breathe kind of laugh. "You thought I didn't know?" he said. "I've known for months." He'd noticed his socks disappearing and my feet looking suspiciously cozy. He thought it was hilarious, waiting to see how long I'd keep up the act. "Honestly, I was impressed by your commitment," he said. The relief was incredible. My secret became our inside joke. Now he buys socks in bulk and calls it our sock budget. Turns out, sharing your weirdest habits can be the best part of love. Sometimes the things you hide are the things that bring you closer. So what's your sock story? Maybe it's time to confess. Everyone has a place where they're their truest self. For some, it's a cozy corner of a coffee shop, or maybe a favorite park bench. But for me, it's somewhere a little more echoey. My shower is my private concert hall where the acoustics are perfect and the audience is always forgiving. The steam swirls around me like stage fog, and the water drowns out any hint of self-doubt. In there, I'm a pop diva, hairbrush mic in hand, belting out 90s power ballads to an audience of shampoo bottles and rubber ducks. I hit every high note, every dramatic pause, and sometimes even throw in a little dance move. Careful not to slip, of course. This was my most closely guarded secret, a ritual I kept hidden from the world. It was my escape, my guilty pleasure, and my way to let off steam after a long day. Mark, my boyfriend, is more indie rock than diva. He's the type who debates vinyl pressings and knows every obscure band before they're cool. I only performed when I thought he was out, never when he was home. I'd peek down the hallway, make sure the coast was clear, and then let loose. One night, thinking he was at the gym, I went full Whitney Houston. I gave it everything. Big notes, big feelings, the works. As I hit the final note, the bathroom door creaked open. My heart stopped. I was mid-power pose, hairbrush in hand, dripping with both water and embarrassment. Mark stood there, half amused, half amazed. I froze, mortified, wishing I could disappear behind the shower curtain. But he just grinned. Wow, I had no idea I was dating a legend. Can I get an autograph? His eyes sparkled with mischief, and suddenly, the tension broke. Suddenly, the embarrassment melted into laughter. We both doubled over, the bathroom echoing with giggles instead of high notes. Now, he sometimes shouts encore from the hallway, egging me on to perform my greatest hits. It's become our little tradition. My secret's out, and it's become our thing. A silly, joyful ritual that brings us closer and always makes us laugh. Turns out, letting someone see your silliest side can be the best encore. It's a reminder that love is about sharing not just the big moments, but the goofy, unfiltered ones too. So, what's your secret stage? Where do you let your guard down and just be you? Maybe it's time to let someone in on your hidden show. You never know. They might just want a front row seat. You might just get a standing ovation, or at the very least a partner who cheers you on, quirks and all. Or at least a good laugh, and sometimes that's even better. Early in our relationship, I pretended to love Mark's favorite football team. I learned the basics, bought the t-shirt, and cheered at the right times. Truth? I had no idea what was happening. Football baffled me. I mirrored Mark's reactions, deserving an Emmy for Best Couch Actress. The charade ended during a championship game when I cheered for the wrong team. Mark looked at me, realization dawning. Babe? That was for them, I confessed. I just wanted you to like me. He laughed and hugged me. You don't have to like football for me to like you. Turns out he suspected all along, especially when I called the referee the guy in the zebra shirt. The relief was huge. Now I bring a book to game day, and sometimes he explains plays just for fun. Honesty is way more relaxing than pretending. Sometimes the best way to connect is to admit what you don't know and laugh about it together. So, what are you faking? Maybe it's time to come clean. Leftovers are a gift from your past self. Mark and I both love them, which led to a silent war over the last bite. One perfect slice of pizza would vanish, and we'd both play innocent. It became a running joke and a genuine mystery. "Where'd the lasagna go?" he'd ask. "No idea," I'd reply. We joked about a hungry ghost, but deep down, I suspected Mark. One morning, I caught him red-handed, standing in the fridge light, eating cheesecake straight from the container. He looked like a raccoon caught in the act. I started giggling, he confessed. "I'm the midnight snacker." Turns out, he'd been raiding the fridge for months. The mystery was solved, and we laughed until we cried. Now we have a rule. Whoever wants the last bite just calls dibs. It's way more civilized than secret snacking. Sometimes the silliest mysteries make the best memories. So, who's your midnight snacker? Maybe it's time to find out. Mark seems so serious. Economics podcasts, historical biographies, documentaries about endangered fish. So imagine my shock when I discovered his secret obsession reality dating shows. I found out by accident. His tablet was full of search history like Who Gets the Final Rose and Best Reality TV Villains. It was like discovering Batman's hobby was scrapbooking. I confronted him playfully. So should Brittany pick the personal trainer or the musician? He froze, then cracked. Okay, fine. I watch it. It's my guilty pleasure. He explained it's pure escapism after a long day of being serious. Now we watch together, adding our own sarcastic commentary. It's way more fun than documentaries about fish. Turns out everyone has a secret side, even the most serious people. Sometimes sharing your guilty pleasures brings you closer. So what's your reality TV? Maybe it's time to share it. You might just find a new favorite show and a new inside joke. All these little secrets, stolen socks, shower concerts, fake sports fandom, are more than just silly stories. Every time you share something embarrassing and get laughter instead of judgment, you're building trust. It's a fortress made of shared humor and acceptance. This kind of trust says, I know your quirks and I love you for them. It turns a relationship into a permanent, super fun sleepover with your best friend. When you can laugh at yourselves together, perfection stops mattering. The glue that holds you together? Shared laughter, especially when things get tough. That's the real secret to a happy relationship. Fairy tales end with happily ever after, but I think it should be happily ever laughter. The real goal is to find someone who thinks your weirdest habits are hilarious. It's not about perfection, it's about finding someone whose weird matches yours. Love is serious, but it's also supposed to be fun. The best couples laugh together, a lot. Their history is a comedy special written by the two of them. That's the magic that keeps the spark alive. So spill your secrets. Share your embarrassing stories. Find someone who laughs with you until your stomach hurts. Because love plus laughter is the ultimate happily ever after. The blooper reel is the best part. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mark just bought new socks, and I have some shopping to do. Commend, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.